My name is Mrudul, and my SRE assignment for Luganodes was basically Polygon validator monitoring. So let's go through first how the repository is going to be structured. So there are going to be 4 files: config.json, docker, monitoring tool.py, and requirements. Config.json has basically the JSON values, which is having validator's address that you're going to input. This can be changed. RPC endpoint, this is not going to change, it will be the same. You can change the bot according to your wish and chat ID according to your wish. Steps to change the bot as well as the chat ID is given in the readme description of the GitHub repository that I'm going to be sharing. So I'll even attach a YouTube video for the reference which I took basically. So yeah, now requirements, the text is going to have requirements of Telegram bot as well as the requests. Now we have the docker file where we are going to basically build the docker, and then we have monitoring.tool.py. So first of all, the main challenge in this entire task for me was what are going to be the RPC endpoints, which is going to be treated as the base URL, and what is going to be the endpoints of that base URL. So after reading through the documentation, I got to know that we can use checkpoints. This is the list of checkpoints that we have with us. So I went to heimdal.api documentation that led me to the Swagger link, and I went through every single link, checking out every single response, and the best response that I've thought and I found was checkpoint.list, because it basically lists all the checkpoints. So, and here a big thing that gave me the motivation that this is, yes, have cracked the API was tracking all the checkpoints signed and proposed by the validator. So when we run this, so when did I run this, and I got the results like this. So this is basically a page generated API, which I got to know from Swagger, by the way. So you have page, you have limit, you can set the limit according to you, you can set the page according to you. So it's going to be the limit. So you have this height thing, and I observed that this height thing is continuously increasing one by one in some fraction of seconds. So you can see here you've written that in the deliverables monitoring requirement, Bohr and Heimdal height is increasing and in sync. So this is, I think this is the height we were talking about basically, and this was further solidified for me when I went into Heimdal's documentation and I was reading about the stalking thing, where basically it was written that every Heimdal validator is assessed with a height. So that was it, that was the trigger. Now let's go on to this code and let's dissect what this code is. So this thing basically just it extracts the JSON file, and then this block of code is used to send messages to Telegram. It is an asynchronous code. This is the main code. Fetch checkpoints. So as I told you, we have a limit in this API. It's a page generated API. That's why these two variables, the base URL, the header, the validator that we got from the config file, yeah, we're going to store that in a variable. And now we're going to check this. We're going to hit the API, we're going to check if the response is 200, then we're going to store it in the response as a JSON in data. Then the current height would be data's height, and we're going to introduce a previous height variable, which would be none initially. So if the previous height is not none and it's less than the current height, if it's greater than the current height, sorry, so we're going to send the message to Telegram that heights are not in sync, because the next height is smaller, so heights are not in sync. Otherwise, there are no height sync issues. We're going to increment the page, and we're going to change the previous to the current, and then current is going to change again. So, which is fair enough. And now we're going to check prosper. So you can see in this basically API's response that every result has limit number of times the result. So what we did basically was learn a loop from 0 to limit, check every prosper. If it's not equal, then send a Telegram message. Otherwise, there are no checkpoint issues, and that is basically it. That is basically the project all about. Let's run this now. So first thing we're gonna do is build the Docker, which is done by docker build t polygon validator monitor dot. Let's do it. Waiting for a couple of seconds here, and we're done. I think we're done. Okay, I was just saying no. Then we're gonna run this docker run d name polygon, this code. Now the instance is running. We can check it. If you can check if your instance is running by docker ps. So you can see this one has been running. Let's go. So I've already started receiving telegram messages at the bot. It's 10:12 right now. We have a checkpoint issue logged in. We do not have height issues, we have the checkpoint issues. These are getting logged in. So this is basically the entire project. It was a great learning experience for me because I got to learn about how what a polygon validator basically is, and it was incredible fun. Thank you for this assignment. I hope you have a great day.